Hi students, I'm recording a video for you so that if you miss our virtual meetings, you can still get some information to help you complete the writing assignment in the packet that you're working on right now. That assignment is due on Friday, April 24th. That is this Friday. But you can turn it in late if you have to. I know some of you just got computers. Continue checking your student email for information from Mr. Collins about the links to our classes, and check the AIM team website for the schedule each week. Okay, the packet that came home this time for you all contained an article. The article was about neighborhoods and how they're helping kids. Okay, so you need to read this. This is very current. It's what's happening right now in our world. Families are staying at home, and one of the only fun things they can do is go for a walk, outside the house. And so the neighborhoods are trying to make that fun for the kids. So make sure you go and read this article. That's a really important part of the assignment. Okay, and you need to think about, what did the neighbors do to help the kids in the neighborhood have fun? I think there were at least 2 examples, maybe 3 examples in the article. So think about those. You can even pause right now and go look at the article and answer that question. What did they do to help kids in the neighborhood have fun? And why do you think it helped the kids? How do you think it helped them? Okay, you are going to create a personal story about the idea of being alone together. What do you think that phrase means? What does this phrase mean, alone together? Pause right now and think about that if you haven't. Okay, and I wanted you to think about the words isolated, together, and alone in English. Make sure you know what those mean. It'll help you understand how to answer the question. Okay, and also we had a conversation about the experience of social distancing, like your experience, or the people that you know in your family or your family's friends. What could make people feel alone when they stay home? What could make people feel connected when they're staying at home during this crisis? You could pause this and you could talk about that with your family and get some ideas. Okay, and in English, think about the word connected and what that means. Again, those words and those ideas are going to help you when you do your writing. Now, you have to think of a specific story. Who do you know who's helping others during this time? Who is making our community stronger and healthier? So an example I can think of is my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, is a nurse in an emergency room in Tucson. And she actually has worked with coronavirus patients, COVID-19 patients. And she risks her health each time she does that. Her kids have some risk factors, like her daughter had cancer treatment a year ago. So her immune system is not very strong, and she worries every time she goes to work, but she knows her job is important to the community, and also the money is important to her family. So she goes out every day and does her job. Now, you're helping others just by staying at home and washing your hands. So telling your story of what that's like could be totally fine for this project, okay? You can tell your story. What is it like to be at home with your family? Is it fun? Is it boring? Are you getting tired of your brothers and sisters? Maybe you don't have brothers and sisters and you wish you had brothers and sisters to play with because it's boring. I don't know. I hope nobody in your family is sick, but if they are, you can talk about that. Okay, this was just part of one of the classes we did. Okay, the second session, we talked about how to develop the ideas for your personal narrative. So you have to decide who you're writing about, whose story are you going to tell, and why. And one thing you can think about is, in 20 years, who's going to want to hear the stories of the COVID-19 crisis, and what stories from your life are they going to want to know?